Welcome to the Bosporan Kingdom campaign for Et Impera 1.2.8. In the last part, we were able to take this settlement here, which is a big step forward because this province is a full region province, which is the key to Parthia's wealth. And what we've effectively done now, if we talk strategy, we've now reduced Parthia down to a two region province here and Caith up here. Caith is not a very profitable area to actually be in, and in fact I don't think they've actually got both settlements in Caith, and of course they've got Nissa here. So effectively now Parthia has been driven back into a fairly unprofitable area, and more importantly now we've now shortened this frontier. Now they do have a group of 3 armies knocking around here, which is going to be a potential problem, plus 1 army down here which we've definitely got to destroy. But I think in this part what we need to do is consolidate our holdings and, well, just keep Parthia on the back foot and tidy up before we push in. Ideally what I would like to do is come in this way so that we can close off this side of the map here before we push into Nissa and onto Caith itself, because this province in the corner here, 1, we'd be on the edge of the map, and 2, we just keep closing in and effectively curving round onto Parthia, so splitting their forces in multiple directions. Just want to check Caith because I mean they've only got the provincial capital here, which isn't particularly good. Of course Act 2 is right up here, which is it's a bit of an awkward place to get to. So if we can take down this province here, we'll be in a pretty strong position. But of course what we need to do now is just push our armies through. And what I'd like to that end is I'd like to push this army through up towards this direction, so that so effectively what we could have is 1 defensive army here and another one. In fact, I'm going to swap these 2 armies round. I'm going to put you in there. No, maybe not. We'll leave the. We can't. Wait, stop telling me you can't do something. Yeah, I think we'll keep the siege army in here because you've got by far the strongest defenses. And at the moment we'll just keep this army here. But the only thing we're going to need to do is keep an eye on the food supply. We don't have a lot, so we can't stay here long. We definitely need more food into this area, and I suppose we do need the silver mine because this is going to make us a big pile of cash in the long term. So we'll get the silver mine going there. And I say what we got is our biggest threat is we got 3 armies here, which could be a bit of a problem because there's a good chance they will throw all 3 armies at us. But what we can do is actually set up a bridge defense here, which would be quite useful actually. I know I keep moving this army around. Problem is they may come round that way. I think until we oops. Keep moving this up. Actually, you actually stand there for the moment. We don't really need both of them in the settlement here. You actually on. Yeah, see they're on scout. And then we'll see how well. Oh, this guy can actually attack us. Okay, back in the city. Well, this is only a small cav army. Yeah, there's a chance that they may come at us. So what we need to do is kind of hit them with the jolly old sabotage. So we failed the sabotage. He can't see. They're going to get into that position there. We'll see. If they come this way, what we'll do is we'll move on to the bridge settlement there. The only trouble is they may come round and attack from that side, which could be a bit of a problem. What we may have to do is actually surrender. Actually, I am going to put these outside the city and we'll put them both in support range like that. What we may have to do is abandon Marv, so because if they come in and attack us, because how's the garrison here? Yeah, the garrison's trash. What we could do is push back this way, but then that will leave this area open We really need to get this army up in support here. Now these guys can't get through here, get to us here. I think we can now knock this down because I've got the... But the real problem is this army. When it's a cavalry army, this army is healing up. I think we're bringing... What I'm going to do is push this cav army through the desert here. I mean, this army may be tempted to have a crack at us, but we'll see. We got this army here. I don't think these guys are a threat anymore, so again, we could sneak across here very quickly. I think I'm going to bring you up. Don't want to go into this border just at the moment, and I can't do anything. Diplomatically, these guys hate us, but what I would like is possibly what we got here. We got non-aggression, we got trade. Eight clients, defensive, military access. If I offer you a little bit of cash, would you... what's that? 75,000. Well, we got the money for it, so they've accepted. That's good.
You offer little.
I know it's a lot of money, but I want to be able to move through this area relatively quickly. I think this agent is wasted. We're not going to kind of zap this guy. We need this agent over here so that we can keep an eye on things. But we definitely need to get rid of this army, so then that will release my armies to push through. Now we've got military access, we can also come in this way as well. I mean, eventually we'll come back and zap these guys. I think that's all we can do here. Construction report. We've got an agora inside. Public order. How's the public order here? The public order is pretty solid. Gymnasium. I think we'll just drop a gymnasium in there. We've now got an inn and Harmosia here. I'm still a little bit worried about the food situation. It's quite low. I want to check the politics. Somebody actually posted a comment about the risk. Now, they did ask in the context of other mods, and I'll be honest, I haven't played the other. I'll be honest, I haven't. They did ask in the context of other mods, and I'll be honest, I haven't really played a lot of the other mods besides DEI. But one thing I do know is that as soon as this goes below 0, say -1, there's a very small chance that you will get a civil war. So don't assume that just because it's 1% that you won't get a civil war. There doesn't seem to be a cutoff. And of course, but I will emphasize it is a very small percentage. But the thing you've got to be careful of is that you don't risk your primary generals, especially when your overall loyalty is quite low. Because I've had a civil war when this has dropped down 1% because I lost a general in a battle and I didn't do anything about it. Because I thought, well, 1%'s nothing. And I rolled the end turnover and I got a civil war, which is a little bit antisocial. I'll have a quick look around the daughters, see if we've got anyone who can go out. We've got lots of... Oh yeah, you can go and we'll get you, I think... Pokemon's not gonna... I don't think there's a lot in it, so I think we'll just send you to Knossos and you can let's get that going. And we're just going to go for an end turn and see what these guys do. Oops, we've got some end skills. I would certainly like... I think we can afford the upkeep, so we're going to kind of shove that on there. Line of sight would be nice as well, so I think we'll just drop that in there. And we've got the spears of wherever you are. What have you got? Oh, you're new to the block, so game. Drop you in there. I think we'll keep you military. Have you got any elephants? Yes, you actually have. We actually got a general with elephants. So we're. What's the other one? Morale, melee attack. I think morale's better because one problem with elephants is once their morale goes, they can be just as devastating to your own army. Cultural influence was something we do need here because at the moment we're only 21%, so the more cultural influence we can get here, the better. So that is about all we can do this turn, so we're going to go for an end turn. Okay, we have a problem. I'm not sure who this general actually is, so we may have a little bit of a problem here. They're coming in with cavalry. Now, I'm pretty sure if I retreat, they will probably attack me. What we're going to do is we're actually going to fight this, but I'm going to drop a quick save. But what we'll do is fight and retreat, but hopefully we'll do enough damage to them to be able to kind of deter them. Is probably the better way. So it's the Battle of Parsa. But I feel that if we get ourselves in a defensive position, because a lot of their troops are actually cavalry, so this army could be, I think it would be worth it if we can wreck this army as much as possible. We've got a completely open map here. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to get these guys here. We're going to form effectively a box formation and be able to fight off their cavalry attack. Actually, we're gonna come like this, and then you're there. You're on that side. Yeah, so we're going to be very much on the defensive here. Be that way. Where are you? You're on that end. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? And then we'll get the archers on this side, and then we have to try and keep our cavalry behind as well. It's actually this horrible line. I think what we will do is straighten that line a bit more. Get you so that you're on that corner. Oops. Get you guys there. What we've got to do is stop the cavalry getting into our rear. That's got to be the key. Right. Front line. Right, here we go. Speed up a little bit. They're going to have to come to us. We're not going to. Let's say what we need to do is inflict maximum casualties on their army. Here they come. We're a little bit weak on this flank, but what we'll do is we'll split these out this way, blow the game up. They could come in at us very, very fast now. What they got here? It's this heavy missile cavalry that's going to be the problem. I mean, they've got light melee infantry. I think if we can break or engage their cavalry, we'll be okay. I think we'll send the lancers out that way. two of you in there, so we've got.
We await your orders. Orders, my lord.
Got heavy missile cavalry at the back. General.
Advance at speed. What are your orders? Fire on the enemy.
You generals stay back.
Orders, my lord. At speed. Waiting orders.
Okay, we're going to have a little bit of a traditional battle here. You guys fire exclusively at their cavalry. Not interested in their light missile troops. Just put the step lancers out so that we can threaten this flank with these guys. Right. So if we can keep their archers moving, our moving archers can't fire. Right, they all seem to be evenly taking down, but right, these guys are going. We've got light missile cav there, which is but not having any impact on their. We fire at. So we're gonna have to. We're just gonna have to suck up the missile fire, whether we like it or not. Right, at the moment they're wasting their ammunition on my front line. That is good. I'm just gonna pull these archers in. I don't like the idea of them being in my. Yeah, I don't think I think what we're going to do is just hit these hillmen. I think maybe if we can get rid of these, we can. And hopefully a little bit of fire over will. So we are kind of taking them down a little bit now. Yeah. We can get rid of these guys. Still, oh, we're making a little bit of impact on their cavalry, but it's not anywhere. Hopefully these guys will break fairly soon. Got some heavy shot cav here. Got another light missile unit there. Right, these guys are going. And we are slowly pulling down there. Right, those guys are gone. Yeah, well, you've got ahead of the front line. Wait, back. You, leave the battlefield. Right, you're leaving the battlefield. Archers, focus completely on that light missile infantry. Advantage of sending these guys off the battlefield is the fact that if they're off the battlefield, that means that even if we lose, the army will survive. We haven't retreated from this battle, but we need to damage these guys enough so that if they decide to attack again, we'll be able to do them some damage. Taking these guys down. Right, here comes the heavy shock cav. I'm not going to have much effect on the shock cav, but we're going to be okay. Well, might be okay. It's that heavy shock cav that we're going to have to keep an eye out for.
Battle ready and eager. Citizen cavalry.
Archer's back. Helping you in that front line. Right, we've got one unit that's now taking damage because they're focusing fire on it. It is a little bit of a... This is where if I'd had some heavy archers... I'm going to bring one of these guys in to support the center because these guys taking too much damage. Comes the heavy shock cav. Right.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Get ready. Competence. Yes, ready and waiting. Ready. Your order. Royal Thorax Swordsman, yours to command.
General.
As you command. Step, lancers.
If we can get the rear charge on this heavy shock cav. Right, you guys leave the battlefield. Ah. Right. Keep position. You've got to hold that position. Right, we got these guys pinned. No, don't pull back.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
Yeah, I lost attention on these guys. You leave the battlefield. Right, there.
Our general is under attack.
General in.
Our men flee the field of battle.
Yep.
This is a shameful display.
Right, we've got these guys here. We've got some troops there. Hold that flank. You keep them pinned. Keep them pinned.
Citizen cavalry. Royal Thorax shock cavalry.
Oh, we're losing the cavalry.
Lancers waiting. Understood.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
Swordsman at your service.
Right, swordsman that way.
Your orders. Step, lancers. Shock cavalry ready. We await your commander. Orders at your service. Royal Thorax swordsman.
Swordsman. Just keep an eye on those guys.
Ready and waiting. Lancers. Commander. Your orders.
We can get.
We await your command. Ready and waiting.
You pull back that way. Got you. Hey. Right, we've got that guy. We can break this guy. That means we can send over Hold that line. Hold that line. Okay, they're gone. Step launchers over there. General. Hold. Right. Where's the general? This way. Right, we've got those guys. Oh. Right, I think we're now in a position where we can start to try and release these guys. As long as I don't lose the general, I'm happy. Actually, over this way. Divide that. Bend that flank. You keep facing those. Coming on this light melee infantry. We're losing a unit in the center here.
Our men flee the field of battle. This is a shameful display.
General out. You in the center. After this guy. Reinforce the center. Ooh, huh. Right. Bosporan. Step lancers, you chase those because that could be the general. We can kill the general. Right, we've got to keep my own general alive now. We can get these guys. Oh, this could be down to the wire. Step lancers that way. You onto the backs of those. General there. These guys out.
Flee the field of battle.
Pull back. You guys just form a line there. We need to get these guys. Ah, gotcha. You push on those. You get there. Right, we've got this guy. We can get in this position to charge the back of these guys. In we go. General, pull away. You're taking too much damage. Right, we've got rid of the Hoplites. Reform, reform. Wait. Go running over all over the map. Okay, apologies, I'm not saying very much. This is pretty intense. Get you there. These guys are broken. You on them. Wow. I didn't expect to win that. Continue. We need to completely wreck this army. Anyone running away? Where's my other general? You go after them. You go after them. We need to destroy the infantry units, which gave them the edge for this. That was a pretty intense battle, actually. I must admit, I was only expecting to fight, doing them damage, and then retreat. I wasn't actually expecting to win that. We'll just line our troops up. And I mean, it's a worthy sacrifice. We can get. Let's chase those guys. Just chase them to the border. General can get plenty of kills that give him a promotion. I mean, the light infantry I'm not worried about. It's the medium infantry. If we can smash this unit, and I think that will be it. You're not going to catch them. Quick battle, end battle. We lost 1,737. Looks like we've probably lost a couple of units, but I think it's worth it because I think we've trashed this army completely. And we are, yeah, there's one arch unit managed to survive. I think we're enslaved the captives. That army is spent. We'll go for 20% self and agriculture. I think we'll go for agriculture. Mission successful. Political intrigue. Return with a generous tribute. Yes, thank you. We've got an attrition report. Child is born. Child is born. Faction rises. Macedonian usurpers. Where are those? Looks like. Wow. Looks like Rome's not having its own way here. It'd be great to have an agent out here to find out what's going on, but so it looks like Rome is pushing. Nope, I thought that was Rome, but it's not. So I think this is turning into a little bit of a mess. So I think when the time comes to expand in this direction, life could be interesting. Right, we've got the Silk Road out here in Susia. Right, now we've destroyed this army. It means that we can. A bit worried about why you've got army out of supplies, starvation. Yeah. You get over here. You, I want coming out in the direction. Of course, it's got to come. He's got to come that way. Why can't you cross this bridge? I suppose see, with this river, the only way they can come in is either by this bridge or this bridge. So there's like a natural defensive position here. Yeah, I suppose here is they've got no. Yeah, we've got no food here, which is a bit of a problem. Yeah, the cavalry army here. I'm going to send you back. You're going to go around the long way. I can't afford to have 3 armies in this area. And what are you on? You're right, army out of supplies. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of put all my eggs in one basket here. I'm hoping that we get you into here. The trouble is we're not going to be able to hold this for very long before we get into trouble here. And these armies, I'm pretty sure these armies can't actually do anything. So what we're going to do is I want to push this army round the back. It's going to leave Susia exposed, but I think what it will do is, let's have a look here. Probably no. So then you got a little bit of food in here.
At your command.
Right, you're on supplies.
At your command.
You're on supplies now. So what we'll do is we'll just concentrate our armies in this area. This settlement's going to be a little bit exposed for a while, but it can fend off these idiots, because these guys are just a general. And actually, no, this army is too damaged and it's taking attrition, and these guys aren't worth it. So we're gonna pull you back here. And what you should be is you're back in here where you've got plenty of food. So wait, you should be, and then what this guy can do is refurbish. I just want to take a quick check. We've got Scythian armored archers here. What I am going to do is we're going to replace these. We're going to get in some Scythian armored archers here. In fact, I think we're go the whole hog here. We'll just, and then you can wait here. Actually, what I could do, as long as this guy doesn't kick off, we can now move this army through, because we've actually got military access. Yeah, forgotten about that. And that means this army can move through, and what we could do is just kind of give these guys a bit of a problem, so they can feed off of this province here, which will keep them a little bit weaker. And hopefully what that will mean is faction storage, what does it say? Estimated consumption, total supply change 32. So what that might do is actually build this up a little bit. So what we're going to do is be a bit cheeky. We're going to kind of keep this army moving backwards and forwards here while the supplies build up in this area, as long as these guys don't start to come back this way. But then what I have to do then is rush an army through to actually do something. We can get some silk production going there. I don't think there's anything else we could. Oh no, we could. This is 1400. We cancel that and go for that route. So we got that area there. This agent can find out what's going in this direction. We'll just keep these armies moving. If I moved you, yeah, you're going to go up round here. And what I might be able to do is if I can get one of these armies over to reinforce here, although he's going to have to kind of come up through round here and into there. And then what we could do then is put together a force which can then push out and take this settlement. They've got a couple of guys here. I don't think there's much more. I've done the unseasonal conditions, political, their hidden agent exposed. How is my empire maintenance now? At 0%. It's 0% because it's, yeah, let's just find. Oh, we got something we need to do here. It's 13% at the moment, which is okay. It's not brilliant. And we got here, I mean, we could go for the fishery, which will give me 6 food. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll put the fishery in there. I mean, it won't give us a brilliant amount of food, but it will kind of fill that gap in. And Bactria, I switch you on. You're -5 food, 90. You're going to give us 10,000. Wow. I think we can afford that at the moment. The public order's good in Bactria, so we can get you going. I doubt very much whether. I don't think. I mean, eventually that's going to be a very profitable settlement, but I mean, they're all. I mean, this is the nice thing about being in the east is that this can all be very profitable eventually once it's had a chance to settle down. So Bactria is rock solid, well, rockish solid. That's going to give us -4 public order. actually quite like that. So that will give us an increase of 225. Give us, I think that would give us the bigger increase. What we got here. Don't really want to push the food. I think we can do the coin mint there. This area needs to settle down. This area, Scythia. You've got a lot of public order here, but I just don't want to drain that food out yet. I know it looks a lot, but when we go into the next turn, it will probably drop quite considerably. Got here. Again, it's food. No, I think that can wait. Don't really want to take Marder up. The public order is improving pretty dramatically now. My faction leader is at home. Actually, I've just realised this is for food, but that doesn't really need it. We are becoming pretty dominant in the area. What I do want to do is I brought this army down, was it here, to recruit, and I can't remember what I was going to recruit. I certainly want Syrian war elephants in here. We'll put some of those in. Yeah, why not? I haven't fought with Syrian war elephants for we're certainly going to upgrade those guys. So we got what we need now is to kind of expand our infantry a little bit. Need a bit more of a front line. Of course we can't do that because these guys are we've got a front line of 6. What we need is infantry. We've got the heavy archers, and we got these there. Maybe sneak in a little bit more cavalry. When we got Scythian heavy, I think what we really need is another lancer, so that we got so we can the general. In fact, I think what we'll do is we'll bring in a heavy archer to work with the general, because the general's got some. So that will give me a field army. We've got this army here, which I think I'm just going to keep floating in the center here for the moment. In fact, I think I'm going to bring him over this way as well, because when this guy's finished recruiting, what we'll do is we'll come in and get some heavy archers into this army as well, and then he can be a resupply army for future progress. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shoot a quick end turn, just because I want to do the research. Okay, for that. So we've now completed perennial irrigation. Hidden agent exposed. Hidden agent exposed. Charles is born. Mission failed. Yeah, well. Motivated population in Galatia. Yeah, thank you. Construction. Homestead here. Certainly want food in this area. An army moved down here during the end turn, and I've got a feeling that it was. We want you moving in this direction. Want you moving in this direction. Right. We need. I don't sneak an army through there. Want this artillery army moving in this direction. We're not worried about trespassing. Don't think these guys can get to this army, but just in case, we're put you behind like that. With the garrison from. So these guys can move here. Then eventually you can move into this area. Want you out looking at Amel. I'm very tempted to go and take Amel. This would leave Marv exposed, but what we might be able to do is with these armies here, if we take Amel and then these guys come in and take Marv, what we could do then is what we could do then is come back in and crush these armies. How big's the garrison in Mar? Wouldn't last 5 minutes against these guys, but I think we're in a position to maybe sucker them a little bit. I mean, Amal's part of this province, but maybe that's something to think about in the next part. We've just completed perennial irrigation, which means we could get tier 4 food base now. I think militarily, nothing really here. Grabs me supply reforms, my +1 recruitment slots for all provinces, plus 10% ammunition for all missile units. That would be nice. I think we'll go military. No, what I'm going to do is see if I can find a quick. We're going to do that one first, then we're going to come back to there. The reason I want to do this one first is that we've still got the bonus for technology for civilian research. We might as well use that to get this. Then we'll flip back and get that ammunition, and I think that would make a big difference to my horse archers. These armies can stay there. These guys come in this way. We've got this army, which I think I forgot to move last time. This army can move around here into this position. Nissa's looking good. This guy is rock solid. I think these guys went and destroyed the Parthians. Let me just see. Have they actually declared war on? No. It was, well, I've got absolutely confused there. So, right. You need. We can get you your last archer there, heavy archer. I think this army. No one's making a move towards here, so I think what we're going to do is don't upset the neighbours too much. So we'll just put you about there. You're quite happily stood here doing nothing in particular. Odessa's got. We can bring you down into Odessa. I mean, we got piles of cash, so that will allow me to. Right, we've got. I think we've got a fairly powerful front line, and I think what we need is 2 of those. And we got the heavy archers, we got the, and I think maybe, so that would give me 4 infantry. We don't need baggage trains. I think what we'll do is just bring in another one of those. That brings this army up to strength. And then we'll keep this army moving down to here so that you can pick up the heavy archers. I know I've got a bit of a heavy archer fixation, but believe me when I say that heavy archers are probably one of the most effective units to have on the battlefield, because if you can get them behind even Roman legions, they can do a phenomenal amount of damage. Plus the fact in a really tough battle, they've got sufficient armor. I mean, just to show you, look at these guys. They've got enough armor to be able to stand at least some attack. Plus they've got enough melee and defense attack to be able to mount rear charges and take on light troops. Therefore, they're a fairly reasonable all-round unit. Plus the fact that because they got that heavy capacity, especially once you can give them extra ammunition. That again, sorry, apologies, I keep coming in here, but you can see here. I mean, these guys have got a 15 ammunition. They got missile damage of 18, and they got shots per minute plus 7. Plus, you can see it down the bottom. They normally get penetration against armor as well, even though it says melee AP damage 13. So it goes to show that these guys can really cause problems in an army. And as an example, if I'd had 4 heavy archers in that battle that I fought in the beginning of this video, that instead of the 4 light archers, we would have really been able to tear up their missile units at a distance, and that would have made that battle even more reasonable. But I don't think there's anything else I can do in this part. What because what was it? If we go back to Marv, I'm thinking that, I mean, these guys have only got garrison of 12. The problem will be is that this army would be on its own against 3. So what I might do is actually come out and take Amel and then leave this open to try and tempt the Parthians in to take this, and then we'll have them trapped and we can kind of come back and kind of annihilate their armies, because they don't have the ability to recruit now because their cities are pretty beat up. Therefore, if we can take down their armies, then the rest should be just a matter of progression. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.